Welcome to another hour of wrestling right here on All-Star Wrestling. And leading off the action hour, Marty Jannetty back, and he's looking for Kevin the Magnificent.
Marty, of course, been traveling all across the country, building a big reputation for himself, but he's got a special place in his heart for the Central States, and I know the fans have a special place in their heart for Marty Jannetty. Plus, our TV main event, the Central States Heavyweight Championships on the line. Bruiser Brody against Bulldog Bob Brown. It's going to be a war.
Plus, later on in the hour, you'll have a chance to visit with Diamond Timothy Flowers, Art Cruz, and, of course, their new manager, Slick.
And we'll get some insights, such as it is, into Slick's outlook on professional wrestling and his plans for his new team. Plus, a very unique event for television. We'll be taking a look at a Texas death match. Falls don't count. The match continues until one man can't answer the bell when Sheik Abdullah Ali Hassan the Great takes on Brad Batten, one half of the Central States Tag Team Champions.
And that should be something to see. So stay with us. Our first match coming up right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Your referee is Sonny Myers. Now in the ring at 271 pounds, Oakland, California's Kevin the Magnificent.
Kevin the Magnificent discussing the situation with Sonny Myers. And here comes Marty Jannetty.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, 235, Atlanta's Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty against one of the biggest, toughest, strongest men in professional wrestling. We're talking about Kevin the Magnificent. And here we go. Marty Jannetty. Boy, what a record he has amassed, not just in the Central States area, but around the country. A fan club sprouting up from Atlanta to Seattle, from Boston to San Antonio for this young man.
And I can't really think of anybody who deserves the adulation of the fans more than Marty Jannetty. Look at that.
There's
Good
the quickness
speed from Marty. They don't come any faster than this guy.
Yeah, you talk about Marty Jannetty, you look back just a few short years on Marty Jannetty, and you look at how far he has come. It is nothing short of amazing.
I had the opportunity last summer to spend some time in Atlanta, Georgia, and whoa, Jannetty again, ducks a punch, good arm drag. And I'd heard about Marty Jannetty. Some of the wrestlers that sit around the dressing room and they talk about men that they might possibly have to meet sometime in the future, and this young man's name kept cropping up and cropping up. Finally got a chance to meet him in Des Moines, Iowa at Veterans Auditorium. And everything I heard about this young man was true and even more. I mean, he's proved it week in and week out here on All-Star Wrestling. He's proved it in the biggest arenas around the country. Here is a young guy who's going to make it all the way to the top in pro wrestling.
Well, there's no doubt about it, but he has quite a test this hour with Kevin the Magnificent.
And for you fans at home who noticed the absence of Angel at ringside, she has been temporarily suspended by the National Wrestling Alliance because of alleged outside interference. Look at this. Jannetty tried for a second punch off the rope, but Kevin the Magnificent, with that tremendous strength and power, literally caught him in midair in a bear hug.
Well, we have seen what Angel has done, and I certainly am not a bit surprised to see what has happened, the suspension, because she actually became a part of matches that Kevin was involved in. You just cannot tolerate that.
Kevin the Magnificent.
Oh, look at him.
Jannetty leapfrogged over him, came right back up, a big drop kick and an arm drag. The kind of thing that Marty Jannetty knows in his mind. He can't match Kevin the Magnificent. Who can in pro wrestling with a guy of this strength? Strength for strength and hold for hold. He's got to keep in the air, keep Kevin off balance and on the mat. As a lot of high school coaches say, when they're on the mat, they're all the same size.
Exactly. And when they're on their back, that goes double. You can't try and outmuscle Kevin because he is just a superb physical specimen. Off the ring ropes. Oh, a nice move by Jannetty and an arm drag takedown.
And Kevin the Magnificent, so far in his tenure in the Central States, has carved out quite a record. Now Jannetty forcing down with an arm drag. Kevin maybe with a little bit of yank of the hair. Now into a head scissors on Marty Jannetty. Kevin bearing down with the pressure on Marty Jannetty. And those tremendous leg muscles of Kevin the Magnificent have to be giving Marty Excedrin headache number 125 right now.
Now the big question is the escape. How can he do it? Trying to get those arms in there, and he did it. He escaped. But again, Kevin right on top of him with that head scissors.
Referee Sonny Myers questioning Kevin the Magnificent about some of his leverage. Sonny seems to think that there was some hair involved. Still to come this hour on All-Star Wrestling. A Texas death match on television. Falls don't count, no time limit, anything goes between Sheik, Abdullah the Great, and Brad Batten. What a tremendous match that's going to be.
That has been a long time in coming, and I think finally, we're going to come to a head. Brad Batten's going to get his against Sheik Abdullah the Great.
One more time, Jannetty finds his way out, and this time he unloads some right hands on Kevin the Magnificent.
That's the way to stay out of the head scissors. Sonny Myers admonishing Marty Jannetty about the possible use of a fist.
The fans here at ringside are very vocal in denying that Marty's done anything wrong.
You know, the match I'm waiting for, King Kong Bruiser Brody against Bulldog Bob Brown. That should be something to see, and it will be for the Central States title.
Kevin the Magnificent slamming away with forearms to the chest of Jannetty. Jannetty reverses him into the turnbuckle. Arm drag, takedown. He flipped Kevin almost completely over the top of his head.
Jannetty asking the crowd, do you want it? And the crowd says yes. Marty Jannetty excites a crowd like no wrestler I've ever seen. He has that magnetism that draws a fan to him.
Well, he likes the fans, and the fans like him. And I think that the wrestling fans can tell that there's a bond between them and Marty Jannetty. And I know it means a lot to Marty to have the support of the people behind him.
Well, Marty, who, of course, for a long time in his off hours works with a handicap.
Jannetty now very cautious, as you've got to be against Kevin the Magnificent, because you never know with this guy.
Nice leg takedown. Let's see if he can go for the pin. No, and again, Jannetty in the throes of that head scissors.
And Kevin the Magnificent seems to be concentrating on the neck area of Marty Jannetty when he can get the advantage.
Well, again, you know, you talk about the... Oh, now, wait a minute. Look who's here. Look who has just walked up to our position, and it is none other than the Doctor of Style himself, Slick. We'll open the microphone here at ringside.
You know, brothers, I've heard about how my eminent and esteemed presence did much for the ratings on this show last week. So I thought I'd bring my elegant self back out here and do you guys a favor.
Well, certainly your appearances here on All-Star Wrestling have caught the attention of wrestling fans, and your new combination of Art Cruz and Diamond Timothy Flowers have certainly proved themselves, especially last week here on All-Star Wrestling.
I've got one word to say, just to sum it all up. Marvelous. Simply marvelous. And you know, I've got a lot of interest in this match because I think Kevin the Magnificent and his valet Angel have been given a gross injustice. They've been mistreated. There was no way in the world that she should have been suspended. And I think it's wrong and something ought to be done about it.
Kevin the Magnificent now with the advantage on Marty Jannetty, drilling his head into that corner turn post, not once, but twice. Kevin the Magnificent certainly opening up on the former Central States heavyweight champion.
We're opening the microphone again.
There we go right now. There's a lot of competition, a lot of top-notch guys here. But Bruiser Brody tonight is going to get the wrestling lesson of his night, of his life. You see, Bulldog Bob Brown is a great competitor, a man of vast experience. He doesn't need my help in the ring. I just handle his business affairs. But he's going to give Brody the worst beating that he ever got in his wild-eyed life.
That's tonight's main event, but certainly right now, we've got a whale of a battle going on in the ring.
And Marty Jannetty in trouble here.
He'll probably never get up from that one.
A reverse atomic drop, a questionable tactic at best, Kevin.
Well, you talk about sportsmanship, and it is certainly lost on Kevin the Magnificent, and out tumbles Marty Jannetty. There you get a look at Jannetty on the arena floor. That is hardwood. That is not ring canvas.
You know, you two guys never cease to amaze me. You talk about partiality. You guys do nothing but show favoritism to guys like that Bruiser, Jannetty. That was nothing questionable about what Kevin the Magnificent did. That was just a reflection of greatness, and you know it.
Right now, he's not even letting the man up into the ring.
I never saw nothing like that.
Apparently, we're watching two different matches here, Kevin.
Yeah, I bet you guys see what you want to see.
And again, Kevin the Magnificent won't even let Jannetty back up into the ring.
And I want to point out, Kevin, that was a totally legal blow. Right off the side of the arm, you saw it.
Marty Jannetty now pacing around the ringside area.
Uh-oh.
Listen, that's illegal right there. That's illegal.
How is that
That's
illegal?
A sip of a soft
That
drink is
woman's got no
perfectly
business
legal.
at ringside. Where the earth is at around here. Look at that. See what I'm talking about?
Marty Jannetty has just hit the ring like a ball of fire on Kevin the Magnificent.
I don't know what was in that soft drink. A count of two.
Now, why don't you guys say something about that? Why don't you complain about that? That lady's got no business coming to ringside in the first place.
Marty Jannetty, a big body slam now on Kevin the Magnificent. Jannetty going for the top rope. Kevin
Here
the
it
Magnificent in trouble.
Look
Jannetty.
out! Oh, my goodness.
Good move. Good move.
Marty Jannetty crashing down on an empty mat.
Wait
Kevin
a
the
minute. He's
Magnificent.
using those ring ropes. Wait a minute.
Referee Sonny Myers saw it in time. He didn't call that 3 count.
He was clearly using those ring ropes for leverage, and now Marty Jannetty unloading on Kevin the Magnificent.
Kevin the Magnificent literally slamming Marty Jannetty to the canvas.
I said it once and I'll say it again. If Sonny Myers was any kind of a man, he'd disqualify.
Oh, what a collision in the middle of the ring.
They
Jannetty
both
is
took it.
down. Kevin is stunned. I don't think either man knows where he is. Wait a minute.
Slick just pushed him down.
Slick just pushed Kevin off the ropes and disappeared towards the dressing room. I can't believe it.
Slick
The
just
time,
pushed.
10 minutes and 58 seconds. Your winner, Kevin the Magnificent.
Slick just pushed. Kevin the Magnificent on top of Marty Jannetty getting the pin. Kevin the Magnificent, your winner. We'll come back with more right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is under Texas Death Match rules. Falls do not count. The match will continue until one man cannot answer the bell. After each fall, there will be a 30-second rest period. A 10 count will follow. The match will continue until one man cannot reach his feet by the count of 10. In the corner to my left, at 234 pounds, Tehran, Iran, Sheik Abdullah the Great. His opponent, one half of the Central States Tag Team Champions, West Virginia's Batten.
Well, the rules as explained by Rick Stewart, very, very simple. Falls do not count. And that is why they call it a Texas death match. Here we go.
Batten and Sheik, Abdullah the Great, squaring off against each other. Certainly one of the most grueling tests in professional wrestling, the Texas death match. The all-time record, I believe, is held by Iron Mike DiBiase and Dory Funk Sr. An hour and 44 minutes. 16 falls in their Texas death match. Brad Batten and Sheik Abdullah the Great. Warily circling each other, tying up collar and elbow.
Realistically, this match could go on all day long. I mean, it could go on forever. But I'm sure that Brad Batten does not want that to happen. Going for the quick pin. Let's see if he gets it. No.
Referee Dave Nibbins very closely checking the action. Still to come this hour on All-Star Wrestling. We'll see the Central States Heavyweight Championship on the line when Bulldog Bob Brown takes on King Kong Bruiser Brody. Plus, we'll let you know how your nonprofit organization or your local civic club can raise money by sponsoring All-Star Wrestling. Brad Batten, sunset flip. Only a count of one on Sheik Abdullah.
And again, the important thing is the falls don't count.
That's
you pin
true.
a guy, you get a 3 count. And it doesn't really matter because the match will continue. Now, what is Abdullah doing? He's reaching into his tights for something. I don't know quite what it is.
Certainly,
it's in his right hand.
as the self-proclaimed master of illusion, and certainly an accomplished prestidigitator.
Is it
Abdullah,
fire?
who knows?
Is it
With
salt?
Abdullah, who knows?
You just never know. And, of course, that puts an opponent pretty much on his heels as well because he never knows quite what is there. Let's see.
Referee Dave Nibbins now, I think, suspects something is wrong.
Well, it's in the right hand. Let's see what's in the right hand.
And Nibbins forcing Abdullah to
There's
open
nothing
the
there.
right hand.
There's nothing there.
And Abdullah, again, the master of illusion. An accomplished magician in his own right. Side headlock now by Brad Batten.
I can't believe it. There was nothing there. I saw him take something out of his tights.
One more time, Abdullah, certainly one of the most amazing sportsmen in professional wrestling. He's capable of some absolutely phenomenal feats. Batten now clamping down with that side headlock. Abdullah looking for a way out.
Wow.
Comes up, belly to back suplex.
He missed it. Here comes Brad. He missed it. Oh, but Brad connected there.
Arm drag takedown from Brad Batten. So far, a fairly even match. But in this kind of match, certainly it would have to be a test of endurance, a test of stamina to really prove who is the better man.
You know, the real key, I think, in a Texas death match is after that first fall. When there's a first fall, to make sure the man who loses the first fall answers the bell. Then, how much does he come back with after losing the first fall? That's the key.
Psychologically and physically, he's got to be at a disadvantage. Shoulder tackle from Brad Batten. Batten heads for the ropes. One more time, and
up over
Abdullah
that ring
pitches
rope.
him over the top rope. This is legal in a Texas death match. There is no disqualification in a Texas death match.
It is pretty much anything goes, and here comes Abdullah. Abdullah down on the arena floor, now just kicking with those pointed boots.
5 minutes to pass.
Brad Batten in trouble here.
And Abdullah is one who will not hesitate to take advantage of a no disqualification situation. He'll take advantage of that kind of tactic, even if there is disqualification.
He's
in the
after
match.
him.
Batten was ready. Caught him with the right hand. 3 hard rights.
Head first into that steel ring post. And Abdullah is down, and he is hurt.
Batten reminding telling the referee that Texas Deathmatch rules are in effect and just leave me alone and let me at Sheik.
Here he goes, a ring post again. What's he gonna do? Knock him off all 4 ring posts?
And the fans here at ringside certainly solidly behind Brad Batten. They are enjoying watching Abdullah get a pounding at the hands of half of the Central States Tag Team Champions.
Boy, you can tell, Brad, a lot of emotion in this match.
Now Batten
What's he doing? He's biting him.
looks like he can be biting him on the forehead. There's bad blood between these two, Kevin. We've seen it week in and week out.
How many times has the magical, mystical Abdullah denied a Batten a victory? Whether it be a single match or a tag team match. Oh, look at him, he's
Abdullah's
cut.
been opened up. Abdullah's been lacerated by one of those ring posts, I imagine aided by the teeth of Brad Batten. The blood starting to cascade down his forehead. Full slam by Brad Batten. Batten may be sensing a chance for a win right now, Kevin.
A win and an eventual victory in the entire match, not just a pin. Off the top ring rope. He came down right on that cut. This first.
When 220 pounds comes banging down on your forehead, it's certainly got to get your attention in a very strong way.
Head first. And again, trying to open up that cut even wider. And the crowd loves every minute of it. Going for the cover. Let's see if he gets it. A 2 count.
And Sheik Abdullah the Great trying to get his wits about him, trying to avoid defeat at the hands of Batten. Batten goes in behind, standing guillotine and abdominal stretch.
It is a submission hold.
And Batten's got it locked in.
Yes!
He's given up.
Whoa!
Abdullah submits a 30-second rest period.
And we'll come back with more right after this.
He's up. The match continues.
Here we go. Fall number 2.
Abdullah took an 8 count on that one.
He came dangerously close to losing this match.
And Brad Batten knows Abdullah's in trouble. He's going for all he's got against Sheik Abdullah the Great.
You talk about the killer instinct, Brad Batten, you can sense it up there in the ring. Even during the rest period, he was chomping at the bit.
Abdullah lying stunned and motionless on the canvas as Batten again heads for the top rope. Don't forget, no disqualification in this match.
Off that top ring rope, but he missed. Oh, a critical mistake by Brad Batten.
And Abdullah now struggling, trying to get to his feet. Batten is injured as well. Both men already showing the strain of this match.
You look at Abdullah there, he's unwrapped part of his wristband. I don't know what he's going to use it for, but we'll have to wait and see. Abdullah just kicking. Now using that tape to choke Brad Batten.
Again, there is no disqualification in a Texas death match. Dave Niven's doing his best to keep some kind of order in the ring.
Abdullah is trying to end it right here.
Don't forget, today's TV main event, it's Bulldog Bob Brown against Bruiser Brody for the Central States Championship.
Abdullah's face caked with blood. Off that top ring rope. Abdullah coming down and right across the back of the neck of Brad Batten.
Abdullah the Great losing a considerable amount of blood. Looks like he may be trying to set Batten for the pile driver. He's got him up.
He's got him. Oh. Head first, jamming that head, the neck, the spinal area.
And there's no way to defense it. Once you're on top and you're up in that position, you've got no control over your body. There's no way to break that hold.
Gravity takes its toll. Reverse neck breaker.
And Sheik Abdullah the Great slowly and methodically pummeling Brad Batten, driving that forearm from the top rope across the forehead of half of the Central States Tag Team Champions.
No, he got a 2 count.
Only a count of 2.
Boy, Abdullah, his face just a mass of blood. How he sends Brad out onto the arena floor, just beneath us.
Abdullah climbing out of the ring. Abdullah now down on the floor here at ringside, making his way towards Brad Batten.
Wait a minute, he's right down below us.
And Batten
head first. Oh, he went head first off this steel ring post. And Brad is hurt. He is down just below us.
A look of maniacal glee in his eyes, heading back inside the squared circle as Batten lies stunned on the hardwood floor here at ringside.
He's going up on that top ring rope. He's up on that top ring rope. What's he gonna do? Down across the forehead. Oh.
A trickle of blood starting to run down the forehead of Brad Batten. He may have been injured when he was jammed into the steel post. I still can't get a real good look at him and tell from our angle where we're at whether indeed he has been lacerated or not.
From the monitor he has, yes. And now we can see it is just above the right eye. And he goes head first. Oh.
Into the steel post that holds the turnbuckle onto the support ring. That's solid steel right there, Kevin.
He is trying to permanently injure Brad Batten. Now biting. He is biting that cut. Biting that cut on the forehead of Brad Batten. Well, I tell you, you talk about brutality at its absolute worst. We've talked about it before. A Texas death match, you can't get much more brutal than this. Somebody can get hurt.
Sheik Abdullah the Great now looking like he's wanting to close in for the kill on Brad Batten. The crowd starting to pick up the chant, "Go, Brad, go!"
Whoa!
Batten jamming Abdullah back and forth.
From turnbuckle to turnbuckle, now Abdullah going for the pin. A count of 3.
After 4 minutes and 10 seconds, a pin from Sheik Abdullah, a 30-second rest period.
And we'll come back with our next fall right after this. Period. In fact, we've just
5 seconds remain in the rest period.
Counting down Brad Batten. Meanwhile, Abdullah unwilling to wait until the bell rang.
1, 2.
Now they're counting him down.
3, 4.
He's got to get to his feet by count of 10.
6, 7.
The crowd urging him on. Will he get to his feet?
9.
Yes, he made it.
The match continues.
He barely made it to his feet. Abdullah going after that cut again.
And Brad Batten certainly took a lot of punishment in that second fall. And he almost lost that match. He was 1 foot away from losing this Texas death match.
Off the ring ropes. And look, they're going for the what? The sleeper?
It's the sleeper, cutting off the carotid artery and the flow of blood to the brain again.
He's trying to put him out.
We've said it many times before. For you fans at home, this is not a hold that you should try. Permanent injury could result from the cutting off of the blood to the brain. Leave this one to the pros.
Even police departments now around the country have outlawed this hold to subdue criminals.
Abdullah squeezing down with the pressure cutting off the flow of blood to the brain of Brad Batten.
And remember, he's got to be able to answer the bell next time, even if he's put out.
No.
He's still up.
Referee Dave Niven checking Batten's reflexes. Batten manages to get that hand up in the air.
Off the ring ropes. Down he goes. Nice drop down by Abdullah. He missed. Let's see. Oh, and a sleeper hold on Abdullah.
And Batten's got it locked in tight on Sheik. Abdullah squeezing down on that carotid artery.
Uh-oh. Head first into that ring turnbuckle. And Brad is hurt.
Abdullah now closing in on Batten, who just moments ago looked like he may have been on the way to scoring a victory in this fall.
Up over the top ring rope. Again, it is no disqualification in a Texas death match. Brad Batten down on the arena floor.
Abdullah stalking his man. Batten finding himself pitched back into the ring. His eyes are rolled back in his head. He may not know quite where he is right now, Kevin.
He is in huge difficulty. I count of 2.
Oh, that was
almost
close.
a 3. Again, 2. Nope.
And Batten's just managing to get his shoulder just a fraction of an inch off the canvas. Good call by referee Dave Niven.
You get the feeling that's instinct. That's not
Just
Brad
survival.
thinking.
Oh, that's all it is, just survival.
What now? Oh! Head first into that canvas. 2, 3.
A count of 3.
30-second rest period. A 30-second rest period.
Now, wait a minute. He just tossed out Brad Batten during the 30-second rest period. We're going to hold it right here. A 30-second rest period for both wrestlers.
15 seconds remain in the rest period.
Now, wait a minute. Abdullah over to attend to Brad Batten. Wait a minute. He's trying to get him up for the pile driver.
5 seconds
Can he
remain
do
in
it?
the rest
No.
period.
Oh, Abdullah went over the top. Now they'll count him. 2, 3, 4. The first man up will win it.
6, 7.
They each have a count of 10.
Batten is up.
No, he didn't make it. Brad Batten.
After 3 falls, your winner is Brad Batten.
Brad Batten, your winner, surviving a Texas death match. And we'll come back with more on All-Star Wrestling as Bart Batten ascends to the ring after we take this brief intermission.
We're with the self-proclaimed Doctor of Style, Slick, and his tag team tandem of Art Cruz and Diamond Timothy Flowers. I can't. Art, why?
If I told you once, I told you twice, I do all the talking. And don't you ever forget that. You know, when I first came to the Central States area, I told you people that Slickermania was gonna run wild. And now you've had a chance to get a taste of exactly what Slickermania is all about. You know, everywhere I've gone since I've been here, all these ugly women have been following me around begging for my autograph, begging for a handout. Well, let me tell you something. I wouldn't give a cripple a crutch if I owned a lumber yard. So don't be begging me for nothing. I'm a rich man and you know it, but I don't give no handouts to no lowlights like all you Kansas people. Now, Bruiser Brody. Brother, you going down tonight. In just a few moments, the tenacious one,
Bulldog Bob Brown is going to give you the worst feeding you ever got in your fish-eyed, wild-haired looking life. You're going to get the wrestling lesson that you deserve to get tonight. And I have instructed the Bulldog to end your career right here tonight in the middle of this ring. Now that's enough about Bruiser Brody. Let me tell you something about the Batten twins. You've got something that the Slickster wants, and that's the tag team championship belt. You know, since I've been here, people like Marty, Jannetty, Butch Reed, and Rufus R. Jones, they've been talking about what's going to happen and what they're going to do. Well, let me tell you something. There's a brand new sheriff in town, and his name is Brother Slick, the Slickster and sometimes the Trickster. Now, all the professional wrestling is talking about what happened here last week when we made Sergeant Slaughter, Sergeant Slow Motion Slaughter, the all-American hero, look like the all-American fool. I told you that Slickermania was gonna bring some surprises. Well, you saw it last week, right here. Here it is, wrestling's new odd couple, the Dream Team. You know, people been calling me, Gary Hart called me, Oliver Humperdinck called me, Skandar Akbar called me. They all want to know how I did it. I'll tell you how I did it. M-O-N-E-Y, money talk, and bullseye walk. We're going all the way to the top. This express is going to roll right over everybody, moving and grooving, styling and profiling like only I can do. Now, can you dig it?
Certainly the Central States is never going to be the same since the arrival of Slick and his new tag team, Diamond Timothy Flowers and Art Cruz. More All-Star Wrestling's coming up. You stay with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall with a 60-minute time limit for the Central States Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. The challenger now making his way to ringside at 300 pounds, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Bruiser Brody. The defending champion weighs in at 252 pounds. Winnipeg, Canada, the Central States Heavyweight Champion, Bulldog Bob Brown. Managed at ringside by the Doctor of Style, Slick.
Well, this is a match everybody in the building has been waiting for. King Kong Bruiser Brody against Bulldog Bob Brown. And here we go. And of course, Slick, I don't think he wants any part of Bruiser Brody. And to be quite honest, when the man weighs 300 pounds, I don't blame him. But the problem for Brody in this match, you've always got to be aware that Slick is somewhere at ringside. And look at Bulldog, he's running. He's got the track shoes on. Oh, look at him, now he hightailed it out of the ring. He wants to think about it for a minute. Now both men back up in the ring.
I see people going absolutely bananas.
These two haven't even touched each other yet. Now they go at it.
Bruiser Brody, deep down in his heart, has a hatred for Bulldog Bob Brown that I don't think any one match could ever settle.
You are exactly right. I think Bulldog Bob Brown represents to Brody everything that is bad about professional wrestling.
I'll give you a little clue. He represents everything that's bad in pro wrestling to a lot of people. By the way, if you've got a non-profit club or a civic organization who'd like to sponsor All-Star Wrestling to raise some money for your club, you can write us at All-Star Wrestling, 910 Penn, Suite 305, Kansas City, Missouri, 64105. Listen to those people chant, Kevin. They know who their favorite is, and his name is Bruiser Brody.
And Brody's been chopping at Bulldog Bob Brown.
Good arm, back leg chip from Bruiser Brody and an arm bar. A lot of of people don't realize, in addition to his expertise in just plain old beating people up, Bruiser Brody is an excellent wrestler. He can drop kick, head scissor. He can do anything he wants inside that ring.
But let's face it, the fans don't pay to see this man wrestle. They pay to see him beat people up.
Because that's what Bruiser Brody likes to do, man. He likes to beat people up. And anytime you see Bulldog Bob Brown against Bruiser Brody, you know it's going to be a war. You can see it right now. The Central States Heavyweight Championship is on the line. We're going to stay with this match just as long as we can. Brown trying to chop his way out of an armbar.
Oh!
Brody's having none of it.
Brody says if you want to play that way, yeah, we'll play that way.
Bruiser Brody against Bulldog Bob Brown. Brown, probably one of the out-and-out most evil men in professional wrestling. And with the addition of this dapper gentleman at ringside, we speak, of course, of Slick, it adds a new dimension to the already obnoxious reputation of the Central States Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.
And again, we're going to stay with this match as long as we possibly can to see if we get a decision here. It is Brody against Brown, and it is for the Central States title.
Slick pacing up and down at ringside. The fans are chanting Brody, Brody, and Bulldog Bob Brown now starting to go on the offensive against Bruiser Brody.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Till next week, for Rick Stewart, I'm Kevin Wall. Thanks for joining us. So long, everybody.